We just do it in non-full screen. I love how low-tech our panels always are. I'm sure someone in some other panel is like playing music and has like an animated something or other on the screen, and we're just like, I don't know, push a button. Is that working? Whatever. That's great. Walking Dead, it's a small thing. Like, it's okay to have a crappy panel every now and then, right? We don't have any expectations to yeah, when he puts it, I know you think you can fix it, but when he puts it into slideshow, that's when it goes black, like the computer can't. By the way, this is my favorite panel I've ever done so far. I hope that this lasts all the way to the end, and then everyone just goes home unhappy. Like, this panel goes so badly that everyone leaves from here and goes directly home. They're like, I'm not doing any more Comic-Con. That slideshow didn't work. I couldn't handle it. We always fake having technical difficulties so that we have that done. Welcome to whatever this panel is called. I believe it is Walking Dead 10th anniversary. I have no idea. I'd like to say, Sean Makowitz, Skybound's editorial director here. He's the director of all things editorial.
Not technical.
That's great. So anyway, everybody hear me all right? Should I start? Yeah, look, hey, The Walking Dead debuted in October of 2003, which is, coming up on 10 years here this October, so we're all very excited that the book has actually lasted 10 years. I'm very shocked. I don't mean to be looking in this direction at all times. I apologize, people, but you're of value as well. Just leaning towards the mic because I'm tall, and I feel like if I get up here, no one will be able to hear me. I don't know.
You're correct.
So anyway, we're gonna be doing some stuff for the 10th anniversary, because I guess you have to do things to celebrate anniversaries in comics because it's cool. So what we're doing here is what do we got? What's our next slide? What are we doing? All right, The Walking Dead All Out War, which is gonna be a pretty big deal. It starts in issue 115, which will come out in October, and that will kick off a 12-part storyline that will ship over the course of 7 months. So we'll actually be producing the issues at a pretty fast clip. It's going to be a huge storyline that is a culmination of everything that's been happening in the book thus far. As you know, Rick died in the last issue, so we're going to be following up that with is that issue not out yet? I'm sorry, what just happened? Jeez. Anyway, he's on the cover. Anyway, I think I spoiled the next issue. It's like it ends with Negan you're screwed. And it's like, not really, he's on the cover of 115. He gets out of it somehow. So anyway, Negan and the Saviors have been causing a lot of trouble, to put it lightly. And these people have had it. And we've seen the Hilltop and this new area of the kingdom that's run by Ezekiel aligning with Rick and his group of survivors, and now they're going to try and take Negan down, but that is going to prove to be more difficult than they expected, so difficult that it might take 12 issues if it happens at all. So, it's going to be a cool storyline. It's something that I've had planned since the very beginning of the book. I always wanted to get to a point where civilization is actually being rebuilt to the point where the kind of conflicts that we have now in our everyday lives start to come back to the forefront. And once you are living a regular life and things do seem fine, you get into squabbles that turn into wars. So it's a really cool evolution for the book, and I'm really excited that we've gotten to this point. And I appreciate all of you for supporting this book for 10 years so that we can actually make it here. And thanks for coming to the panel. So, in order to do 12 issues in 7 months, we're bringing on a guy named Stefano Gaudiano, who is the guy that inked this piece right here by Charlie Adlard. So, we're bringing a new guy into the mix to help facilitate getting the art done at a steady pace. And we're really excited about that. It's our first new addition to the Walking Dead team in almost a decade, so it's really cool to bring him on. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I haven't met him. He could be a horrible person. I have no idea, but he's a good inker, so that is all that matters. And we brought him on, so it's really cool. And I hope you guys like that pin-up piece thing. That'll probably be a cover or something at some point. I have no idea. Very cool. And what we got here? We got these are some upcoming covers for the All Out War storyline. This is for Chapter 2, issue 116. Look at that. Totally keeping track of the numbers. And that's gives you a sense that the storyline does kind of ramp up fairly quickly. There's not going to be a lot of build-up to conflict. It kind of just hits the ground running. So they're shooting at each other. Like, watch out, Holly, those guys are right behind you. And that's the cover to 117. Yeah, look at that. Bad things are afoot. Jesus is standing there looking all cool. The left side is green, the right side is blue. Really good covers. I should mention we've got Dave Stewart, one of the best colorists who's ever worked in comics, has come on and he's taken over on covers and he's colored all these covers, and he's very talented. So Stefano Gaudiano is not the only person we're bringing on to the team. Dave Stewart also coming along for the ride. Very excited about that. Another thing we're doing for the 10th anniversary celebration is we're releasing a special edition of The Walking Dead issue 1 that is in full color. That's colored by Dave Stewart. So that'll be out in October to commemorate the 10th anniversary, which is in October. So if you want to get that, it'll also have all kinds of bonus stuff in the back. It'll be very cool for the 10th anniversary. All right, and then you've possibly seen this. This is our banner image. It's a big all-out war thing. All-out war. It's going to be awesome. That's all I got. So let's open this thing up to questions before you guys get bored. Is there a microphone? I think there's a microphone right there. Is there a microphone anywhere else? Great. All right, let's chat it up. Let's talk about the 10th anniversary. You guys can ask me questions about Norman Reedus I can't answer. And it'll be a lot of fun. There's a Telltale video game. Different things to discuss. You guys should all go to the Walking Dead Escape. It's an obstacle course where you can actually get chased by zombies. They're not allowed to bite you though, so if they can bite you, you should tell someone. What's up, Katie?
I'm actually from Kentucky, where you're from, and I was just wondering when you're going to come to Lexington Comic Con. It would be awesome.
I'm very busy, and I'm also too big. I go home from time to time, but I try not to. I'm kidding. It's really just a matter of scheduling. I'd really like to. I also will always maintain that panels like this are not the appropriate time to ask someone to go to another convention.
Sorry, it's just home.
No, it's good. No, I love Kentucky. I was just there recently. I was eating Spalding's Donuts, which are fantastic. If you are in Lexington, you should check out Spalding's Donuts. They're delicious. Awesome. Probably ate too many of them.
How's it going?
What's up?
I find Negan the new villain very entertaining and intriguing, and I was wondering if we're going to ever hear any more about his backstory through the comics or through a medium of a novel like you did with the Governor.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he's, pretty much an unknown. There's, not a lot that anybody knows about his backstory, and that's definitely something that we'll get into. You'll get snippets of it as we move forward, assuming he doesn't die next issue. I mean, who knows? But yeah, you'll find out a little bit more about that guy moving forward. Cool. I like how everyone is like crouching down while they're waiting in line so that they don't block anybody's view. I would not do that. That would be uncomfortable. This guy's like, I'm standing. What's up? It's all good.
Right, your turn. My question is in the TV series, a lot of the key characters have died off that stayed alive longer in the comic series. So with them dead, a lot of the story arcs aren't as effective. since there's no shock
You don't
value?
know that.
Okay. Well, what I'm asking is like, are you gonna skip some story arcs, like the one with the hunters, since a few of the characters died in the TV series, and then loop back around?
I mean, the honest answer is I can't answer that because it would reveal too much of what's coming up in the show. So all I can say is, there are storylines, like the Hunter's storyline that seem very important to the overall story, and it would be unfortunate to skip them. If storylines like that do end up being skipped, it's because we have other things that we want to do in the show that we feel are better. But the death of any characters in the show are not going to preclude us, from doing any of those storylines. So just because, I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't know who's watching what, but just because those characters died in season 3 doesn't mean that we're not going to do the Hunter storyline. Doesn't mean that we definitely will, but there are other ways to do that stuff.
All right, thank you.
Cool.
I saw that you're doing number 1 in full color. I mean, we all know that's going to sell mad copies.
You never know.
Yeah, no, it's gonna blow up. So is there a plan to do more when that's successful?
Yeah, on the 20th anniversary, we'll do issue 2.
That's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna need something sooner than that, man. One other thing, what software do you use when you write? I mean, please don't say it's just Pages or Word.
Just pages.
Just Pages?
Which is awful because I have to export it to a Word document. Because no one can read that. Like every now and then I'll work until it's happened a couple times where I'll work until 2 in the morning to get something done so that the artist can work on it the next morning. And then I'm half asleep, and so I send them the Pages document on accident. So I wake up the next morning and they're like, I'm just sitting here waiting for you to send me a document I can actually open. Well, I should really come up with a better system, but I'm extremely lazy when it comes to technology. I'm like, I don't know how that works.
All right, for my money,
Are you like a software guy that has like a software thing?
Yeah, I created
Completely
I don't know if you
inappropriate.
heard that. Yeah.
What's up?
No, I just want to say, for my money, it doesn't get any better than Walking Dead, and keep doing you, man.
Thank you. Even though I'm writing in pages.
Alright, so you have the specials, like the one-shot preview story, Governor Story, Michonne story, and then you have like the Governor books, and I know you plan on doing more, probably Michonne, she seems to be popular for some reason. But I feel like you're forgetting about Dale. I'd like to see a story about, him and his wife when they first started going on vacation and how he met Andrea.
No one is going to buy a Dale novel. No, I don't know.
Even a one-shot, it doesn't have to be a novel.
I'll see what I can do.
Do it. Don't make me cry.
No, I mean, I try to be really selective with that stuff just because I don't want to do a lot of it. Like, when Michonne is introduced in the show, that seems like a cool time to reprint, Michonne's first appearance with another story. I mean, it is really odd. Like, we do like a Governor thing for a charity story, and then the Michonne story was done for Playboy, and I want to make sure people have access to that stuff. And so, that's why we do this reprint stuff. But I haven't really had a reason to do a Dale story because it sucks. And so,
I'm wearing his hat.
I've noticed that you are
You're hurting my
Dale's hat.
feelings. I have a hurt leg and you're hurting my feelings.
Just making it all consistent. Keep crying, buddy. It's what I live on.
I don't know how to back that one up. Dale's tainted meat, as far as I remember. Anyway, also, another side note, I love that the anniversary issues, the show is going black and white, but the first issue is going color. So I like the...
Flip-flopping it, yeah.
That's good.
We're like ships passing in the night.
First I had a quick comment that hopefully I'm not spoiling anything for anybody, but...
Oh, careful now, really.
Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary of the comic book. The end of Glenn really messed me up, I mean,
Really?
just...
Really?
Sorry.
Hold your ears, man.
Comic book's already out, people. Yeah. So I know they foreshadowed that in the last one, yeah, the last one too. What is it, 150? Somewhat. But how?
What's
is
up,
that-
150? I wish.
No.
I don't keep track either.
How is that the Glenn gonna really play into this battle that's going on? And you can see that Rick is still really hurt by that Carl is really hurt by that a lot of people are actually motivated by how Negan started this conflict in the first place. And I think that, or I just wondered how Glenn is really gonna come to play in that scenario.
Well, I mean, that was really like the catalyst that set all this into motion, and it's something that's definitely going to be, you know, on everyone's minds while they try to deal with this stuff. And it is something that will crop up from time to time. Maybe there's a lot of stuff coming up with Maggie that will, you know, deal with those events and, you know, how she's dealing with it and where it takes her as a person. So, you know, while he, you know, is no longer in the book, maybe, I'm not confirming anything for anyone spoiled, you never know. You know, his presence will very much be felt, and it is kind of at the center of everything that's going on right now.
Goes to Glenn a la Ben Kenobi style or something.
Yeah, we're doing that too. It's great.
All right, thank you. By the way,
Thank you. Rick, go to Dagobah.
thank you.
Hi. My question is like really unoriginal, but I kind of just want to ask you a question.
Can you spoil something too? That seems really popular.
Yeah. But I just want to know who your favorite character is.
I can't, well, I mean, like
you don't have like one that's like really special to you?
I've had favorite characters in the past and then I've killed them, but
Okay.
no, I mean, I'm very partial to every character in the book, so I could be like, oh, I really like Rick, I really like Andrea, I really like Michonne. But like, I always worry that if I get too like open with like my feelings for these characters, people will think like, oh, they're safe or they're not safe or I don't know. But I mean, my favorite characters historically have been Tyrese and Axel and all of the other dead ones. So, so it doesn't really mean anything. But I don't know. I don't play favorites. I mean, I like writing the scenes and I like, you know, telling the stories. And so depending on like who I'm dealing with at a certain time, like I like them more. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I haven't written Rick in a few pages. I don't like that guy anymore. Then I write pages and I'm like, I love Rick again. It rotates. Sorry, I didn't answer your question at all.
I was curious as to how the creative process through the television show, like doing a crossover from comic book to TV, how that's been for you, and how involved you've been in it.
Well, I mean, I'm in the writer's room full time, so I'm, you know, there while they're going, hey, let's have a jet plane come in and shoot lasers on people. And I'm like, oh, that's not a good idea. That's never happened, I should say. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm very involved in the process, but I'm also, like, extremely open to the fact that the people I'm in the room with, in the writer's room, are, like, better writers than me. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Damn it, why didn't I think of that? So, you know, it's really rewarding and a lot of fun to be able to, you know, look at stuff that I wrote when I was like 24, 25, 26 and be like, no, yeah, should have done it that way. Good idea. Damn it. And it's just, it's, you know, it's a fun process to be able to go back and do things differently and, you know, improve things. Or, you know, in some cases we stick to what I did and I'm like, yeah. But I don't know. Like, I really enjoy the fact that it is different. And the process for me is really exciting just because, you know, everything is different. And if it was just the comic book over again, I would be bored. Like, I wouldn't want to be there. Like, oh, we're just going to do, okay, that's what you need. You know, the fact that, you know, there are characters like Daryl Dixon that just don't exist in the comics. So there's huge differences, you know, in the show. It is a lot of fun.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Four people like that. Oh, I said Daryl. That's what it was.
I was trying to do the zombie rooms